Hi there, and welcome to SweetSpot TV. That's your SweetSpot blogger, David Schoenfield. I'm Eric Carabell, your senior writer. Today's topic, awards. Everybody loves them. MVPs, Cy Youngs. Mike Trout, Dave. All right, he's pretty good. Is he the unanimous choice for American League Rookie of the Year?
Sit down, Eric, because guess what? It's not a lock. Since 1995, the start of the wild card era, we've only had 6 players win an MVP who did not make the playoffs. So if the Angels don't make the playoffs, which is a possibility, have you seen them play lately? They're struggling. It's no guarantee that Mike Trout wins. Maybe Jim Leyland is right. It might be Miguel Cabrera.
Now, don't you have a problem with that? I mean, come on. If you're the best player in baseball, and he is, should it matter that your team makes the playoffs or not? Andre Dawson that year with the MVP. I mean, Miguel Cabrera is really good, and I'm all for Miguel Cabrera. Well, I'm not going to point out his RBIs because they're irrelevant. But Mike Trout is the best player in baseball. If the Angels miss the playoffs, I don't think it matters. But then again, last year, Jacoby Ellsbury probably should have won the MVP, and he didn't because his team missed it.
Personally, I agree with you. Mike Trout is the best player right now, unless he falls off the table. He should win the MVP. What my argument is that he might not. You mentioned Ellsbury. I think Matt Kemp wins last year if the Dodgers make the playoffs. So there's a possibility that voters will hold that against Trout. It's most valuable player. That's what they say, not best player.
All right, so you're going to go with Cabrera. So if that happens, is it Cabrera or is it Robbie Cano? That team's probably on the way to the playoffs.
Well, that's the trouble. The Tigers aren't a lock to make the postseason either. So I think that pushes Robinson Cano up into the discussion, and maybe Josh Hamilton, though I think he's a step behind those 3 guys despite all his RBIs.
I think no team is a lock for the playoffs right now
in
any division. What about in the National League here? I mean, Andrew McCutchen, I think, has the highest wins above replacement entering this week, but there's a lot of good candidates there. I think we can kind of rule out David Wright. And again, it's a shame his team's not in it, but a dark horse for me is Buster Posey of the Giants. He's a catcher, having a terrific season. I never thought he'd hit 330. What do you think of Posey? Is it McCutchen?
Well, we have the same argument. I think McCutchen is the front runner, but 2 things. Pirates are not a lock to make the playoffs, and voters love those second half surges. Buster Posey, best hitter in the major since the All-Star break. Their Giants, the offense is better than it has been, but there's still that perception that he's sort of carrying that team.
That's a good. Melky Cabrera is having a pretty good year, too.
I know, but I'm just saying that perception that Posey sort of has put the team on his back in the second half is going to help him.
I guess it'll help him.
I'm just telling you the facts.
I don't think these races are over. I think Trout, that race is over if he does anything.
You're wrong. It's not over.
Well, I disagree. In the Cy Young race, everybody's looking at Jared Weaver, and he finally lost another game over the weekend, but I don't think it matters. I think Justin Verlander right now is the main guy, and I would say Chris Sale of the White Sox is number 2 in the American League Cy Young race after Verlander. I mean, Weaver's having a terrific season for 1-loss record, but that doesn't matter. I know wins matter, of course, but they don't. Felix Hernandez won a Cy Young. I say Verlander, with all these innings and all these strikeouts, he's the guy.
I agree. The innings is his big edge over Chris Sale and Jerry Weaver. 37 more innings than Chris Sale at the start of the week. I know the win-loss record doesn't match Weaver's, but Verlander, best pitcher in the American League.
National League, you're not voting for a reliever, are you?
No,
Aroldis
Chapman's name, but I can't vote for a guy who's pitched 50 innings on the year. It's got to be Johnny Cueto of the Reds.
I think right now it's Johnny Cueto of the Reds, but you know what? I think second could be Aroldis Chapman because he's having one of those amazing seasons with the strikeouts. I mean, if ever a reliever should win it, if Cueto falters down the stretch or Jordan Zimmerman falters, I mean, Ryan Vogelsong's not going to get much credit, even though he should get
ERA leader.
ERA leader, but right now I would say Johnny Cueto is your National League Cy Young winner.
Yeah, great numbers in a tough park to pitch in. You know, he's a durable innings eater kind of guy. Doesn't have the big, huge strikeout totals, but I think he's been the best.
He's evolved. He's evolved as a pitcher.
Absolutely,
he's a big strikeout guy in the past, and now he's evolved. All right, this has been SweetSpot TV talking awards. We're going to keep doing this stuff. For Dave Schoenfield, I'm Eric Carabell.